Okay, this session we are going to look at how enums work. Starting off with just a blank project, and I'm just going to program them outright. It's not going to run anything, but I'm just going to show you how they come together. It's just a simple console project just to get started. So, how to write an enum. So, an enumeration is essentially a container of lots of other things, and you can design it to be whatever you want it to be. It can only contain one out of those things at a time. So you start off by writing enum, and then you give it a name. So what am I going to call this enumeration? I'm just going to call this one my enumeration. And then in the brackets we're going to have enum1, enum2, enum3. Semicolon to end the list of enumeration on there. Right, so notice how this has actually gone blue. It's kind of like a class. You can create an enumeration object like so. But at the moment it is empty. You need to make it equal something. Once you press equals and you hit space, it'll actually quickly type out what it expects. So it expects a my enumeration object, hit full stop, and it'll ask enum1, enum2, or enum3. Okay, I'm just going to come back to that in a second. I'm just testing something. Setting that up. Okay, so what we want to use that for is switching in between different enums, and in our game we're going to switch between different levels. So we need to start off with switch, open brackets, and it's asking what object is it switching. That is a class, kind of. It's an enumeration, but we'll use the word class, and that is the object. So we'll put my enum. That's what we're going to be switching between. In between there, we will have case, and it's already started typing out again. My enumeration dot enum1, and you put a full colon, a couple lines in, and then break. Here we would have our program console dot write line, whatever. And then we would have case my enumeration enum1, enum2, and then again do the same again. So this time, so make it write something different. So that's how it works, or how it's written, I should say. Break represents the end of that case. So this says that this case is now finished. So I would like to come out of there and go back to our space shooter game. I'm going to play the game as well, just to see where we're left off. Just loading. Still loading. Okay, there's the game loaded in there. Quickly play it. Cool, there we go. So shooting, moving, power up, cool. Alright. So, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Let's have a look. We'll start off by creating an enumeration in this game projecty thing. And we're going to do this in the game 1 class. And in the game 1 class, we're going to switch between different level classes. So, make a bit space. Enum, and we're going to have we'll call it level active. I think that's a good name. Level active. And I'm going to have level 1, level 2, level 3. Obviously you can add more. Then a new level active object. We'll call this one current level. And we'll set the default as level 1. See, notice how that was exactly the same. Okay. Next, you will need to set up we'll need to set up our different switches. Yeah, different switches. So, where do I want to put this? We need to put it everywhere, to be honest. We need to put it everywhere. So, quick hint. If you press SW, it comes up switch. Hit tab twice. Then it asks what switches are going to be. It's the one called current level. Hit down twice. And then it fills in all of those. Now default references the first in the array of these levels. But we don't need to have default in because we are setting the first one as level active level 1. In between there, I'm going to have, see how I'm in the update method? I want to run level 1 dot update level, and I only want it to run in that chunk of code, only there. Yeah. I need to do the same with the draw method. I'm putting the level 1 draw method into there, and same again in the load content method as well. There we go. I've got a feeling yeah, okay. That's it, I'll come back to that. That's all in place. Right, if I run the game, I shouldn't have any changes. What I'm hoping for is just a blank blue screen. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not. I'm waiting for the game. That's all on because this is level 1. That's spot on. Let's change that current level to level 2. And this time, it should be empty. Because I haven't called anything in this level. See, these ones are empty. We haven't told them to do anything yet. Okay. So we have a new so we have a level manager object called level 1. We want another one for level 2. And level 3. 2. Level 3. Done. And then we have to load in level 1 equals new level manager. How many enemies we're going to have in this one? I'll put 100, so it's just very different. Oh, that's wrong, isn't it? That should be level 2. Right, so in this one, in the content manager, what I want is level 2 dot lower level content. And then this is level 02 dot update level. This content. And have I done one for level 3? Yeah, I'll just skip level 3. You can do level 3. It's very easy. Level 2 dot draw level spark batch. Alright, so I'm loading level 2. And level 2 has 100 enemies now. Okay. So, yes, I know level 3 is not being used. So how do we switch between those different levels in the game? Okay. So, we could do a few things. But actually, what we'll probably need to do is leave it in this update. Okay, so you only want this if statement to happen in this case in level 1, so you would include it in here. If, and we're just going to do the following. Keyboard state I'm trying to be lazy. I just want a simple input. Oh, there we go. I'll just use if key state dot gets. Oh, yeah, that should work. It's not. It's keyboard dot get state dot is key down. Is key down. What key? Keys dot keys dot num number pad. Yeah, go on. We'll do number pad 1. So if I press number 1, I want to set So current level equals level active dot level 2. Okay, so I'm gonna hit number pad 1 on the keyboard on the numpad while playing the game. But I'm already on level 2. Let's just switch it back to level 1. Switch the current active level to level 1 because it was at level 2 still. Now, I think it's gonna break. Yes, it has. I knew it was gonna break. And the reason why, and this is going to be hard to try and work out how I'm going to do this, but you know how load content happens? It only happens the once. Yeah? This line here only happens the once. That's not really any good to us here, because if that doesn't run, we can't run anything else. We can't run any of this stuff. So we need to get that in there somewhere. So fortunately we have this if statement, and it's running just the once. So with any luck, we should be able to go level 2 dot load level content. With any luck. So that's level 1. And that's level 2. Cool. Right, that's one thing, but it doesn't really make for like an exciting game, does it? Or a challenging game, I should say. So instead of this line, this level 01, should have a score. So let's look at the code for the level manager, and it has a score. I want that to be public. I might even try and make that not read only. Just public. And then dot score is greater than or equal to 15. Then change the level. And now you're just gonna have to sit and watch us play me game. Let's score 5. Yep, you can see that. It is a bit laggy, but it is running fine on my side. Right, there we go. Apparently I scored 15. And now the next level loaded. Alright. So, there you go. That is the fundamentals of that. But what if I wanted each level to have different enemies? Think about that. And I wanted those different enemies to do different things. I'm going to have a look at the level manager code again. And there is a lot going on there that might be a bit awkward. Here, I want to use this to customize. Oh, not the player one, the level manager one. Yeah, there we go. I wanted to use this to customize my levels. So in my level manager, I've only got like a max amount of enemies, and if I wanted the enemies to have a different picture, for example, where do I use the spawn enemies? This line here is the picture that I'm using for the enemies. So what if I made that a variable? Let's try that. String enemy file name, and add that to the constructor. String enemy file name, and we'll have enemy file name equals enemy file name. And what do we do with that? So when we create a new enemy object, it needs a sprite and it needs a file name to go into that sprite, and we're going to use enemy file name. Then our game goes, oh, lots of errors. What's the problem? So let's put in some enemy file names. Enemy sprite is one. And I need to add a new one. I'm going to be lazy and just add the player sprite. I'd like you to design your own enemy. Right, I'm running the game now. Again, just need to play the game. Score 15. Shoot. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Hey, so it's actually now change the sprite. That is really satisfying. So you need to start pulling out things that you need to if you wanted to start customizing your game, or when you need to start customizing your game. It's can be quite fiddly and complex knowing where these things are, but you're looking at trying to pull things out by setting them as variables and adding them to the level manager. What if you wanted enemies to do something else? So I've got the spawn enemies thing going on here. Where is my enemies dot update enemy? Okay. So you see this enemies enemies is enemy I dot update enemy blah blah blah. I want to go through an example of pulling something out through different levels. By levels I mean like different steps through the classes. So the enemy doesn't have a direction, does it? This thing here, this makes it move. So what if yeah, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to add to my enemy a vector 2 called direction. Then I'm going to add it to the constructor. Call it direction. Because I've given them the same name, and it used this dot. This dot direction equals direction. I pulled that out, and now I have this available. I think it's time for a little bit of maths to play around with this thing. So I'm going to do sprite.position plus equals direction multiplied by speed. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm going to comment out, but I'm going to tell you how that works. So, sprite.position is a vector 2, right? Vector 2, which has an x and a y. So if you had so x, let's say that x is 0 and y is 1. This line here would take its current position and add 1 to it. But all of that gets multiplied by speed. So let's say speed is 5. The result would be adding 0 and 5. Because if you multiply something by 0, it'll be 0. What if I wanted to go different way? Let's try zero minus 1 and 0. That should make it go up because you're multiplying it by 5. You get minus 5 and 0. So let's see that in action then. I've altered the enemy class's constructor, so there's going to be an issue here. It says, right, well, we're missing a vector 2 somewhere. Yeah, missing one right in the end. It's called direction. All right, okay. So let's create a new vector 2 and put in. I'm going to put 1 and 0. Let's hit run. Why are they not moving? Oh yeah, I've got me random numbers, haven't I? Which means they're not actually spawning from the left. Which means I'm gonna have to pull out those random numbers. Oh. Do I need to change start position? I'm thinking if I start doing enums here, it's going to get really complicated. Let's move them on the screen. Just see if I can get them going in a different direction first. Min and max, they're the wrong way around. Should be 50, 200. There, right. They're going to a different direction now. That's what I wanted. I want to switch those back. So, right. So that just shows that that is changing in a different direction. I'm going to set this to 0 and 1. And I did undo the enemy.next there as well. I did undo that. Right, so it's back to normal. Okay, this is going to be really, really complex. Don't know if I even want to do this, to be honest. Because it's a nightmare. What I'm thinking about doing is creating an enum for enemy states, which means I'm going to have to turn all of this into one method. It be done. It's just not very nice. It's just not very nice. Oh, well, we'll give it a go. Public void enemy state. And let's pull out the stuff that we just used for direction and spawning in the enemies. Which is actually going to have to be all of that. I'm going to cut all of that out and paste all of that in. Requires game 1. I'm going to add there in there. Requires content. Of course it does. Everything does. Content manager. Content. It'll be worth it if this works. If it works. Right. And then we get it. We'll put it back into the program. Just by calling in the method, which is enemy state game 1 content. That shouldn't make any difference to how the game runs. Always test it just in case. Yep, game doesn't run any differently, so that's fine. that's worked, because all we've done is we've just taken the code and we've called it in. But we essentially want, it's almost like a grid that we want to create that'll represent where they spawn from, and it's going to be off screen, so it's going to be really hard to tell. So the X position we want that to be it depends on direction. Damn. I'm gonna have to pull all of it out, I think. Okay. Okay, I want to call this one min. Is it float? It's int min x. Min x. Int min x, which is 0. Then we need to pull all of this out, and that's going to be max x. This is missing now. Oh, this is getting long. It starts to get long. Put new lines in after each comma. It might look messy, but it's actually good practice to do that. And then we have an int for max, min y and max y. Do it again. Int. So minus 200 and minus 50 reminders. Minus 200, minus 50. Okay, so I've pulled all of those variables out. Again, nothing's changed. And we also need to pull out direction as well. Vector 2, I can't call it direction because I've already got one in here. Oh, I can. Okay then. Right, what's that 50 represent? Bullet delay. Speed. And the sprite file name. See, I could even put that file name up here, which might be better, actually. Actually, no, not yet. Not yet. Because once I've pulled these out, then I've got to put them... actually, no. Vector 2 direction. Done. Alright. Fix that in here. Direction next. New vector 2. 0 and 1. Run it. Make sure that nothing has changed yet. Cameron's fine, which is good. And then if I change the direction, or even, this is the point of all of this was so that I could change the spawn position and the direction all at once. So, spawn position. I'm going to move this. Actually, okay. Now we're bringing the game states. The enumerations. So, new enum. And I'm going to call this one enemy state. I'm going to have I don't know what to call these. So state 1, state 2, and then enemy state, current enemy state goes enemy state dot enemy state was the method, wasn't it? I can't call it enemy state. Enemy. I have to change the name of this method. I think that would be a better option. Enemy logic. Why not? Oh, no, I don't know what enemy state is. Enemy logic. Right, you like that now? Cool. Then, around there, we're going to need to do a switch. Current enemy state. And then, if you couldn't guess, so at the minute, they are no different to one another, depending on what state it's going to be, but that's all right for now. So we're going to have now include in the constructor what the current state will be, so we can customize what state we want the enemies to be in. Enemy state which order should I do that in? Do that after the file name. Inconsistent accessibility. I have to set these as public then, don't I? And I can't have one public and one private. Now these are asking for a state. So hit comma, space, level manager dot enemy state dot state 1 and level manager dot enemy state dot current state. Hit run. So again, nothing will have changed. Kill 10 and then something else happens. Oh, sorry, switch to a different level, switches to the one with 100 enemies and different sprite. So, now that these are different, let's see what I can do to try and get it to spawn somewhere else, and I've got no clue where I wanted to go. First of all, let's make it go right. Let's set the direction as 1, 0, which is right. And it's random position, it's X position, it's horizontal position. Yes, I wanted to be in between minus 100 and minus 50, because that's the size of the sprite. And where I wanted to spawn on its height, I wanted to spawn in between 0 and game1.window.clientbounds.width height minus 50. Let's try this out. So they go this way. I kill 10, 15, and now they're coming this way. Right, cool. But now I don't actually have their shot direction, so I need to pull the shot direction out, because I want to change that as well. So how do they shoot? Add new bullet where for each. There's where I use the direction on the method. Oh wait, no, bullet dot shoot. So I need to put direction, which I have done. Oh wait, no, that I use that for. So I need the shot direction. Or I could do one more thing. And it is this might be come on that line out. I'm inside the bullet class. I'm going to do a method called math.lerp. Oh, there isn't one. Come on. What's the options? Math dot right, to Google. I'm on a game. Math.lerp. Where is it? Where's math.lerp? Math helper dot lerp. Math helper dot lerp. Left bracket. Oh, it's floats. This basically moves one object from one side to the other. Let's try sprite dot position dot x, and I'm gonna need a player object in here. P dot sprite dot position x, and the speed, let's do 0 plus can I just use time? Nope. I'll tell you what, screw it. Trust us, it's not worth the effort yet. Looking at complex things like that. More advanced stuff. It is more advanced stuff. I'll tell you what, let's just get that direction pulled out of there. So the direction is happening here. We want the shot direction to be a variable as well. Vector 2. I'm in the enemy class, so this will be shot direction. Let's add in here. Vector 2. Shot direction. Shot direction equals shot dir. And then this will be shot direction. And then let's put the shot direction there, which is going to be probably going to have to be another variable. Direction, vector 2, shot direction. Oh, class. Fix these. So in these different ones, they all need different shot directions. So this one is shooting down. And this one will be shooting to the right. What is the direction for to the right? What's X? And what's Y? Wait, hang on. No. So if you're moving down, why do you not shoot down? Doesn't make any sense. Should the shot direction and the movement direction be the same? There could be. Oh no. Yes. Works. Very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. But obviously now the player can't shoot that direction. But that is for another day. Thanks for watching.